I was gonna make a little compilation of comments you guys mentioning like I've been gone for too long or something, but I can't find any. I've been gone for a while, guys. Aren't you worried? Oh, here's one. A bit worried. Are you on holiday? A bit worried. Oh, there we go. Where are you? I want more bait videos. We miss you. Thank you, Felipe. Had to scroll through like 50 comments to find one, but thanks, Felipe. I'm fine. I guess I was on holiday. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Probably posting this before New Year, but have a happy New Year. One day! Those are tungsten carbide ball bearings. For the same amount of volume, they are heavier than lead. Therefore, we are not plugging in the lead pot today. We're using those. They're 1/8 inch in diameter. That is a tiny little thing right there. We're gonna ice fish today. For the past week, it's been in the 50s. There is very little ice left on the water, but today we're going to go to a pond where there will be ice left. Because I was there yesterday and I did this. I didn't catch any fish, but maybe I'll catch fish today. 10:10. 10:10. Sun goes down at 4:30, 5 o'clock. We got time. Let's go. Ew. My glue stick's all liquidy. Yuck. Piece of poplar, that is. It's what the lure is going to be made out of. Let's cut this out. It's one of those videos where we're dealing with tiny little things. So there will be lots of awkwardly close-up shots of my fingers and, you know, I know for some people out there that puts them off pretty bad. Lots of close-up, nitty-gritty. Hey, maybe this is a chance for you to learn how to deal with it. Just stick through this video with me. We'll get through this. I cut my finger too, so that makes it really worse. That was with a pocket knife. I shoved that pocket knife right into my knuckle. Almost lopped that whole piece of skin off. And yuck. Putting together an ice fishing tent with my friend and that happened. That was literally all the sanding this needed. Next, this puppy's thick. It does not need to be that thick. And I don't want to cut that on a bandsaw. Just had some traumatic recollections of my bandsaw accident. So I'm going to cut it with a handsaw. Whew, this is slow. You know what? I'm gonna cut this on the bandsaw. No, I shouldn't. Never mind. Let's just cut it. See, my good saw broke. I have to use this stupid thing. It's bent. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's for cutting foam, I think, or I don't even know what it's for cutting. It's pathetic. Thank God that's over. Thank you, God. Just so you guys know, a lure like this, $3 maybe at the store. You don't need to be doing what I'm doing, just so you guys know. But it's not about saving money, guys. It's about making something and catching a fish, which we probably won't in this video. Fishing's been pretty garbage lately, but this is what it's about. Spending a lot of time carving on something super small and then getting out there and potentially catching a fish, and a lot of the time you don't. That is what it's all about. So I sanded that a little bit. My idea is to keep the top of this flat, so it's something that as you pull the bait up, it catches water and does a bit of a wiggle. Pretty good idea, huh? There's not much else you can do with this, so I'm just gonna do that. Could put it like a tiny spinner off the back. Little flashy foo. Let me check if I have little spinners. I might. I got little willow leaves. I don't really want willow leaves. They're that big. That's longer than this bait. I don't want that. Okay, I could take one off of an underspin jig here. It's the perfect size. But then again, why not just use this? Why am I a troll to myself? We're making the lure, okay? Did I just say that to myself? Where's my pliers? That's appropriate. So this is gonna be like a little, it's not gonna be a spinner. It's like a tail flasher. It's just gonna flap on the back with a treble hook in the middle. I'm liking this more now. Remember fellas, it's good to put your work in a vise and not just hold it with your fingers and drill on it. So long as you remember that and then choose not to, it's okay. Okay, now I'm gonna drill a hole. I'm not gonna go straight through. I'm gonna drill one way up here. No, right in the middle. No, towards the rear a little bit, right there. I should be marking these. So the bottom one, that's the bottom, that's the hole for the treble hook that's coming off the belly. And then the line tie goes up yonder here, right about there. And then the weight is actually gonna go towards the nose of the bait a little bit. You guys understand? Good. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna make the hardware for this bait right now. The hardware is gonna be tiny. I think I'm gonna be using aluminum wire as well to like make it easier on myself. Stuff's thinner. I'm gonna be using this thin aluminum wire. It's an ice fishing lure. We're catching probably bluegill, maybe crappie if we're lucky, maybe a little bass. Aluminum wire will suffice. This is a first. I've never used aluminum wire on the channel before. So that will be glued in just like that. Okay, now I actually have it in the vise because I'm using a bit bigger of a drill bit and this needs to be accurate. Not that anything else needed to not be accurate, but you know, sometimes you just make weird decisions. I'm gonna drill this. This is a step larger than an 1/8 inch or 9/60. No, this is an 1/8 inch bit. Same size as the tungsten bearing we're gonna put in here. Let's drill this. See if one fits. I don't know why tungsten ball bearings are a thing. You'd think they're like harder than other metals and stuff, but wow, that fits. Perfect. Let's just super glue and baking soda that right now. By the way, I have no clue if that's enough weight. I've never used tungsten before. Apparently you don't need a lot and it adds a lot of weight. I'm just putting one little 1/8 inch bearing in here and seeing how it works. It doesn't seem like it's enough, but I'm not gonna push it. Good Lord. Wow, you don't need a lot of super glue with this lure. There. Tungsten hole is covered. Lead hole. I like tungsten hole better. Sounds better. It's gonna flatten that bad boy off. Sand this a bit more, add the hardware, seal the wood, paint it, clear coat it, catch a fish. Or attempt for hours to catch a fish and not catch a fish. At least we have some fresh new tungsten hole content on the channel now. Original. I have no clue what to call this ice fishing lure. Like for the title, no clue right now. It's got a little spinner that doesn't spin off the back and it's like a lipless crankbait top. Normal, I don't know. Tail flapper. Tail flapper one day. The weird stuff you have to come up with when you do YouTube. So while sealing that tungsten bearing inside of this, I pretty much covered this thing with super glue already, and I just glued it to my finger. Holy good Lord, get off. Okay, we're gonna need a better way to hold this. I should add the hardware first and then hold it by the hardware and then seal the wood, because I just ripped that off of my thumb and I think some skin came with. No, we're good. No skin went with. So now that I can hold it with pliers, this will be easier. There. I'm gonna hang this up to dry, come back, sand it. Just thought of a way better plan of action. Paint this a color, clear coat it, set it in the clear tank real quick, and then it's smooth. Then this thing can have 2 clear coats and be really cool. So I have to come up with a color now. Black and chartreuse and red. There we go. Those are the colors, black, chartreuse, and red. Very small bait. This will not be a complicated paint scheme, unless I accidentally make it a complicated paint scheme. Starting with white. I should probably get these nicely painted baits away from this overspray. Next will be chartreuse. Yeah, I'm gonna paint the whole thing chartreuse and then clear coat it and then paint the other details, blacks and reds. First clear coat. I'm gonna let that drip for like a minute. It won't need long. It's a very small bait, like I've said probably 20 times now. Did you guys know this bait's small? It's hard not to repeat things when you make videos. Did you guys see my new excuse me, my new UV tank? I made it smaller, like this way, smaller this way, where the lights are closer to the bait. Makes a difference, makes a big difference. Cuts the clear coat times like in half. All right, it's in there. And it's bright. Fluorescent paint. Makes it glow. Just took it out of the tank. Something kind of weird happened. It kind of browned on the corners. The corners got a little brown. I don't know if it's because it's such a small bait and those are sharp corners and like I put too much UV light on the corner. I don't know. Maybe the stuff's getting old too. I have no clue. But this bait has brown corners. Might be able to fix that. I'm gonna go back with white chartreuse and then start painting what I was gonna paint. I hope the final clear coat doesn't do that. We're gonna have a poopy looking bait if that's the case. Okay, so my plan was to just do dots. Lots of pretty black and red dots all over the body. They're gonna have to be pretty small too. Ice fishermen like dots, you know? All right, I'm gonna put down all the black dots first. That looks pretty sweet. Now I'm gonna put some red dots towards the bottom. I even have the perfect eyes for this bait. And I mean that. These are perfect eyes for this paint scheme. I'm debating on going with bigger or smaller. Probably bigger. When in doubt, go bigger. Yep. Boom. Gorgeous. You guys didn't see it, but I peeled that eye off, sprayed some black behind it, and then put the eye back on. Now it looks even better. Even more perfect. Already gave it another dip, back in the tank. There it is. Half hour later, we're gonna be on our way. It's that one pond, you guys probably know. It's got a dock on it that pretty much goes out into the middle. You can ice fish off of it safely without having to be on ice. We're gonna start there. And we're gonna end there. There's nowhere else to ice fish around here. I might know of one more place that has docks. It's backwater to a river, and there's some docks that they don't go out deep though, so. Am I confident I'll catch a fish? No. I was looking at pictures online of old ice fishing lures, and there were jigs. They weren't like a bait body like this. They had two tiny blades on the back, just like that. I think the concept is that they hit each other when you jig it, and it dingles. I could not find a name for such a thing. The concept probably still exists. I'm not super familiar with ice fishing baits and stuff, but saw the picture, I copied it. I think that's a good idea. I put two Roadrunner blades on there. It dingles. I'm gonna call it a dingle bait. That also might exist in open water. Like, there might be a dingle bait out there. I'm sorry if I'm stealing your name. I don't intend to. I'm just coming up with stuff off the top of my head. Dingle bait. Look at that. It's done. I should show you. You know, I'm kind of developing some confidence that this will catch a fish. Especially now that it dingles. Got dots on top. Dots on the bottom. It's got an awesome eye. The dingle bait. See you at the pond. It's not as cold as I'm dressing, but it's good to overdress. See, I said see you at the pond. I don't know why I turned the camera back on. Let's go. Now we'll be able to actually see if fish like my bait or not, without even having to catch them. Not that we're not going to try to catch them, that almost was bad. We just have a sweet fish finder now. Got the transducer down there. And there's a lot going on down there. See if it can pick up on my, what do I call this? Dingle dangle? Dingle bait? Dingle bait. Yeah. So I can see my bait. Sweet. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna move around. Oh no. Oh shoot, I didn't even get a thumbnail. Okay, I got it back and I got a thumbnail. Whew, that was almost disaster. Let's keep going. I'm gonna try every spot out here. Burr. Okay. Nothing. I didn't catch anything. Nothing's official with this bait. And there is nowhere else I can fish this. I even went to that other spot I was talking about and checked it, and that's a no-go. I checked the depth and everything, and it's like less than 5 feet right there, and there's no fish. Another day. Another different, better day will give this bait justice. I have not shown you guys what this does in the water, though. It's pretty sweet. I know, you're asking why I have such a large test tank. Just kidding. Do you hear it? Before it hits the bottom, it's dinging. Prop you guys up a little higher. Do you guys hear that? It's dinging like a bell. I can hear it. I hope you guys can hear it. That's a lot of flash and a lot of dinging. This is going to be a great bait. But nothing works today. I even tried... I don't want to go get my bag. I even tried a jig that was just like this tiny, like tungsten frostbite ice fishing jig. Fished with that for a while. I could move fish. I could get the fish to look at it. I could see them on the Panoptics thing that they were looking at stuff, but they weren't. They were not taking anything. They were not going to be fooled today. Anyway, I always draw outros out way too long. On to the next bait. And bonus fishing. I did some bonus fishing where I actually caught some fish through the ice like a week ago. Isn't that weird? There was like 5 inches of ice in some spots a week ago, and now there's like less than an inch everywhere. Iowa. On to the next bonus fishing. I think this is safe ice. Yeah, it's almost 5 inches. Could drive a semi on this stuff. We're safe. I got a new toy. It is going to make me a better fisherman. I probably already showed you guys in the one day that I just did. This is bonus fishing. I already said that. Let's find these fish. Poked a hole through the ice, get this thing set up. Supposed to be a really good fish finding thing. You can look in all directions and stuff. Instantly a professional ice fisherman with this tool. Thank you, Garmin, even though you don't sponsor me. Beep boop beep ba deep beep ba doop. Come on. Not a lot of processing power. This is taking a long time. Tick tock. Here we go. I agree. See? See, this is where the hole is, and it's looking out in that direction and stuff, and you point it around, and then you can just do that. It knows that you did that. You agree that you did that. Wow. We are fishing in the shallows right here. 9 feet deep at the most. It's a little deeper that way, but that's it. Alright, poke some more holes. Ooh, this ice is making noise. But we're over 3 inches, so I'm not worried about it. Rip Marling Baits. I think I'd prefer to have that on my headstone instead of my name. Just Marling Baits. Is that egotistical? Oh, fish. I have marked a fish. It's actually pretty close. I might be able to get his attention. Come on, bucko. Ooh, yeah, I got stuff happening down there. Look at all that. That's a school of them. They're huge. I can't even see my... Are you guys seeing this? I can't even see my jig. It's just fish swimming around that aren't hungry. Well, they're coming in from the sides, this way and that way. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna drill a hole over there. Where people have already been is usually a decent bet. That's probably gonna be the hole for the day, right there. That's where they're at. Yes, I was right. Look at all that. Here comes a fish. Here we go. Got one. Woo, fish on. Wow. Quite the fish on. Wow. It's official. Fish like little tungsten ice fishing jigs with little wax. I made that, by the way. I made the wax wiggler on the back. Woo! First ice fishing fish of the year. A ginormous panfish, sunfish thing. That was fun, because I could see the whole thing. There's more down there. They're just chilling, looking for some wigglers. Come on now. The same thing won't happen to you. Take a bite. There we go. That one went for it. Ah. Oh. Okay. Okay, that was bad. That was a disappointment. I am sorry, everybody. But I learned something. You want to attract a fish's attention and then put it on the bottom. And then come up off the bottom. Kind of at a moderate speed, even. I'm going to drill a hole next to this hole. That way I don't have to dangle with pulling that thing out. It's quite the transducer, you know? Because I can see my jig off to the left. And then I can see if I'm pulling any fish over to it. There's something. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Now I'm going to come up. Now it's going to get hit. Oh, shoot. It did. There we go. There we go. Boom! Look at that crappie. It's official that crappies like this stuff too. Look at all the purple in that one. Gorgeous crappie. The hole, buddy. There you go. Nice. I'm catching fish. And it's winter. More. I need more. Am I touching the bottom and coming back off after you spot a fish? Like the fish, they cruise in, they're moving right now. And they come up to it and they spot it, and if you put it on the bottom and let them sniff it on the bottom for a second, then you come up off the bottom, they like that. You're welcome for the tip. I'm sure you all already knew that. Look at that. Looks like one fish, just huge. It looks like 1.5 foot long fish. Oh. Oh. A bass. It must be a school of them down there. Sweet. A bass. Oh, by the way, it's official that bass like this too. Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Oh, shoot. That was an aggressive fish. Wow. So, they come out of nowhere. Look at them all. What is going on with my screen? Look at that. I'm going to turn the gain down a bit. Oh, never mind, I have a fish. Can't do that now. Ooh. Dang it, I can't mess with my fish finder. I'm catching a fish. Another sunfish. Oh, sorry. No, go head first. There you go. It dingles. Ice fishermen like dots, you know? Been gone for a while, guys, aren't you worried? Therefore, we are not plugging in the lead pot. We're dealing with tiny little things. This puppy's thick. It's hard not to repeat things. Why am I a troll to myself? I like tungsten hole better.